Excuse me. Hello. I was just outside crawling around in the dirt, getting some rocks, some real rocks. You can't really see them too well. And I was also getting some branches off my little thorn bush so I could trim them up into little fire logs. So, nothing wrong with using nature to make nature. This is what I was planning on putting in here. Yep. Let's see if we can cut that out really quick. What I want to do for this is glue some rocks or epoxy some rocks in a circle and then create like a little shelf underneath them to set a teepee shape of twigs in. And you'll kind of see what I mean as I go here. It's kind of easier to show than it is to explain. So I save all kinds of scrap styrene and cutoffs and things from all my previous projects because it's really nice to have all this scraps lying around if you just need to make a little thing. Let's see, will this fit? Yep, this is just 0.030 thick styrene sheet. It's a modeler's dream. And let me move this back here and get a pencil. Pencils are better for styrene. Pens work, but you can smear the ink. So pens work, but you can smear the ink. So I prefer using a pencil because you can also erase it off of styrene. So I'm just going to trace my thing here. So I'm making a fire ring, and this is going to be the thing that's going to hold all my rocks together, as well as make it like one piece that I can take off of the diorama. And styrene is great because you can also just cut it with scissors. So if it's not a precision part, you don't need it to look precise. You just bust your scissors out and cut it. And this part is going to be covered up and it's not going to be seen. It's just a sort of a guide, a reinforcement piece. Just like that. Now I'm just going to kind of just turn this and trace this. I'm going to I feel like maybe going in between these two is probably the right dimension. I can always trim it more if I need to. I'm being rough with this on purpose, so they're the shape. It doesn't need to be fancy. There's really no reason. Just got to break the square. There we go. That's what I wanted. Pop that out. All right, so let me just see if this is going to fit. Yeah, so that's all I'm trying to do is create something I can glue my rocks to and together, and then we'll have a little inner edge for me to, like, imagine if that's a small stick, I could stack sticks around in a cone shape, and they would sit on that edge up against the inside of the stones. So I'm just going to make sure this is going to kind of look like I want before I start gluing things down, and then I'll mix up a little bit of glue, and we'll go nuts. And then if I wanted to put another couple smaller rocks on top, I could do that. Maybe we'll move this out. I need to create that edge, that little inner edge of styrene. It's hard to see because I have white on white, sorry. Okay, I think that'll work. Make sure my concept makes sense before I execute it. All right, we're just gonna mix up this 5-minute epoxy. This is the Bob's Industries stuff. This stuff is great. It's a larger quantity than the Gorilla Glue, and it's about the same price, I think. So you can get the Gorilla Glue stuff that's in a plunger, like a syringe. That stuff works great. It's basically the same thing, but you get a little bit less, and you have to manage the plunger. This is the resin and the hardener separate, 2 separate bottles, so you get, what is it, 4 ounces altogether? No, 9 ounces altogether. You get like 9 ounces altogether, and it lasts longer. I think it's like 3 times as much. 5-minute epoxy. I like gluing things fast too. Almost all the glues I use are quick cure glues, unless I am dealing with something that just has to take forever to cure because it's supposed to be like a heavy mount or something like that. I am just going to spread the glue on this, and I'm going to do it up pretty thick actually, and I'm not worried about it being too pretty. I just don't want it to get in the inner ring yet, or not too much into the inner ring yet. You can get a little bit in there, but because it's going to anyways when I squish the rocks onto it. And if you wanted to, you could use Mod Podge or PVA glue for this. It would be fine. It would just be a little less strong. Since these are stones, and I'm trying to make this a piece that I can lift off and put back down, I'm using 5-minute epoxy because I do a lot and I'm used to it. I'm comfortable with it. But you can totally just do this with white glue if you want to. It just will be a little bit less strong, so you just need to be a little more careful. That's all, you know, no biggie. There's our little fireplace rock ring, at least the start of it. I might add some more rocks depending on how it looks later, we'll see. So I'm just gonna probably break these down into smaller pieces and make miniature kindling. Break off all these little thorns. Look at that, it's already starting to look like a little pile of kindling. How adorable. Use the good old burnt umber. Here we go. Over the lips and through the gums, look out stomach. Here we go. I love that clip from The Office.
Over the gums and through the lips, look out stomach. Here we go.
All right, that'll probably do. Cut a little piece of foam. I'm just making a little guide for my sticks. That is going to be what's going to tack everything in place. Put some glue in here on this cap and dip the sticks in the glue as I do it. All right. Yeah, even that's a little bit big. So dip the glue there and put it there. Hope this is making sense to you guys here, what I'm doing. I'm just gonna kind of break them as I need them and kind of let them abut one another up here. Use these, okay. Let's grab this one and we'll a little faster this way. A little more efficient. Oops. Got glue everywhere. I got big fat hands, so I'm not great at the super tiny fine things. It always seems to take me a bit of some time to do it, but it works out. I like it. Look at that. It looks so good. It's always nice when you're happy with your own work. It's rare for artists. Let me see what it looks like in the dial. Let me zoom out and take a look what it looks like in the diorama. That'll tell me if I need more. There it is. Let's do that. Let me turn the lights off. There you go. There's your little bitty fireplace. Ta-da! That turned out way better than I thought it would. So this is furniture fabric batting, B-A-T-T-I-N-G. You can get this in different thicknesses. It's basically just cotton, sort of cotton felt fibers type material. And you can just do this with the cotton ball if you want to. I don't have any cotton balls here at the shop, but I have this stuff. So I actually probably would have grabbed a cotton ball to do this because it's the perfect size. It would stick right under there and I could do what I'm about to do. Girls like to tease their hair. I'm going to tweeze my batting. Sounds kind of weird. Going to stick this up under here. And then I'm going to tweeze out the batting if it'll let me do it. Oops, these are... Look at that. That ain't gonna work. Gotta bend these inward. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna tweeze out the cotton batting. Not a lot. I mean, well, maybe a lot. I don't know. That's how I feel. To create looking like smoke. We'll see how well it goes. If I want less or more, I don't know. Well, that actually looks pretty good just like that. All right, let me put the light under it and see how that looks. I might trim it down too. So we put the light under it and oh, look at that! It's a fire! In the words of Tom Hanks from Castaway, I have made fire. I can't do it like him. I'm not an actor.
I have made fire!
Yeah, they're just dollar store lights. Nothing special. Okay. Oh my God. It works. Nope. I need to see. It's like pushing a little bit on it. A little bit more than I want. So let me just see if I can push all this like outward. Okay. So push this down a little further. There we go. There we go. Yeah, it looks a little puffy on that side. All right, turn the lights off. Boom! And when you put the cotton batting in there, it actually makes it glow more because the cotton batting is technically kind of a clear, it's not fully opaque. So it actually will disperse the light a lot like a shroud on a lamp would. It'll grab the light and disperse it. So you actually get a stronger glow. So boom, there it is. We did it. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for taking that ride with me. Be kind to each other. Don't be selfish. Be giving. There's more happiness in giving than there is in receiving. That goes for you and that goes for me. The world's a crazy place right now, so take care of each other. Remember to forgive freely. And remember, flat paint dries fast. So paint fast and dry hard. See you next week.